Shout out my Aqua Netzia. She said her two favorite books are Baruch and Jeremiah, which connect perfectly to exactly where we are. Now, Baruch was Jeremiah's scribe at the time of the destruction of Jerusalem. Then Jeremiah called Baruch the son of Neriah, and Baruch wrote from the mouth of Jeremiah all the word of HaWah, what's Yahweh backward? Hey, or HaWah. Reverse the curse to break the spell, which he had spoken to him upon a scroll of a book. And Jeremiah commanded Baruch, saying, I am shut up, I cannot go into the house of HaWah, therefore go you and read the roll which you have written from my mouth, the word of HaWah in the ears of the people in HaWah's house upon the fasting day, and also you shall read them in the ears of all Judah, HaWahudah, that come out of their cities. It may be they will present their supplication before HaWah and will return everyone from his evil way. The whole point is for us to return, man, from our evil ways. Idols, man. For great is the anger and the fury that HaWah has pronounced against his people, and Baruch the son of Neriah did according to all that Jeremiah the prophet commanded him, reading in the book of the word of HaWah in HaWah's house. Jeremiah 36, right? Right? Jeremiah called Baruch the son of Neriah, and Baruch wrote from the mouth of Jeremiah all the words of HaWah, which he had spoken unto him upon a roll, a book. And Jeremiah commanded Baruch, saying, I am detained, I cannot go into the house of HaWah. Therefore go you and read in the roll, which thou hast written from my mouth, the words of HaWah in the ears of the people in HaWah's house upon a fast day. And also thou shalt read them in the ears of all Judah that come out of their cities. Let's go. It may be they will present their supplication. Man, we want to return before HaWah, and we'll return everyone from his evil way. For great is the anger and the fury that HaWah has pronounced against his people. Let's go. So this connection, I see what my Aqua likes. These are the two favorite books because they are surely connected. Second Baruch, chapter 1, let's go. And it happened in the 25th year of Jeconiah, the king of Yehudah, that the word of HaWah came to Baruch the son of Neriah, and said to him, have you seen all that this people are doing to me? Right, so this is what Jeremiah is, saying. This is the message he's giving to the tribe from Baruch, right? The evil things which the two tribes which remained have done more than the 10 tribes which were carried away into captivity, for the former tribes were forced by their kings to sin, but these two have themselves forced and compelled their kings to sin. Behold, therefore, I shall bring evil upon this city and its inhabitants, and it will be taken away from before my presence for a time, not forever, but for a time. And I shall scatter this people among the nations, that they may be beneficial to the nations. Have you become beneficial to the nations, man? Are they eating off of us or not? And my people will be chastened, and the time will come that they will look for that which can make their times prosperous. We want redemption. We want to prosper. We looking for every way out right now, right? This then I have said to you, that you may say to Jeremiah and all those who are like you, that you may retire from this city, for your works are for this city like a firm pillar, and your prayers like a strong wall. And I said, O HaWah, sovereign master, have I therefore come into the world to see the evil things of my mother? No, sovereign master, if I have found free, unmerited favor and pardon in your eyes. Take away my ruach first, that I may go to my fathers and may not see the destruction of my mother. For from two sides I am hard pressed. I cannot resist you, but my soul also cannot behold the evil of my mother. Whoa. But one thing I shall say in your presence, O HaWah. Now, what will happen after these days? For if you destroy your city and deliver up your country to those who hate us, Psalms 83, how will the name of Israel be remembered again? Or how shall we speak again about your splendid deeds? Or to whom again will that which is in your Torah be explained? Or will the universe return to its nature and the world go back to its original silence? And will the multitude of the souls be taken away? And will not the nature of man be mentioned again? And where is all that which you said to Moshe about us? Sounds like Edris, right? How much longer shall we endure? And HaWah said to me, this city will be delivered up for a time, back to a time, right? Just for a time. Is time up? Is it over? Are we hitting a great jubilee 2026, my nigga? And the people will be chastened for a time, or hijacked for a time, disciplined for a time. And the world will not be forgotten. Or do you think that this city, that this is the city of which I said, on the palms of my hands I have carved you? HaWah carved us, our city, on the palms of his hands. Is it not this building that is in your midst now? Is it that which we will be revealed? Is this that which will be revealed, Shalai, with me? That was already prepared from the moment that I decided to create paradise. Is it that which will be revealed, Manage, with HaWah, that was already prepared from the moment that HaWah created paradise? And I showed it to Adam before he sinned, but when he transgressed the commandment, it was taken away from him also, as also paradise. After these things I showed it to my servant Abraham in the night between the portions of the victims. And again I showed it also to Moshe on Mount Sinai, when I showed him the likeness of the tabernacle and all of its vessels. Behold, now it is preserved with me, as also kingdom paradise. Now go away and do as I command you. And I answered and said, so then I shall be guilty in Zion, that your haters will come to this place and pollute your sanctuary and carry off your heritage into captivity and rule over them whom you love. And then they will go away again to the land of their idols and boast before them. Their idols, right? And what have you done to your great name? And HaWah said unto me, my name and my splendor shall last until eternity, man. Don't ask me about my name. What do you mean? My name and my splendor shall last until eternity. My judgment, however, shall assert its rights in its own time. Then they call Sarah Callie like the goddess of time and all. Alright, so you shall see with your eyes that the enemy shall not destroy Zion and burn Jerusalem, but that they shall serve the judge for a time. You, however, go away and do all which I have said to you. And I went away and took with me Jeremiah, right? So Jeremiah went with Baruch and Adu and Sariah and Jabesh, and Gedaliah, and all the nobles of the people. And I brought them to the valley of Kidron, and told them all which had been said to me. And they raised their voices, and they all lamented, and we sat there fasting until the evening. Now it happened on the following day, behold, an army of the Chaldeans surrounded the city, and in the evening I, Baruch, left the people, went outside, and set myself by an oak, and I was grieving over Zion, and sighed because of the captivity which had come upon the people. And behold, suddenly a strong ruach lifted me and carried me above the wall of Jerusalem. And I saw, and behold, there were standing 4 Malachim at the 4 corners of the city, each of them with a burning torch in his hands. And another Malach, or angel, came down from heaven, or dragon, Manage, and said to them, hold your torches, and do not light them before I say it to you. Because I was sent first to speak a word to the earth, and then to deposit in it what HaWah, the Most High, has commanded me. And I saw that he descended in the Kodesh of HaKodesh, and that he took from there the veil, the Kodesh ephod, the mercy seat, the 2 tables. Remember Hosea 3 said we're going to go a long time, right? And remember, it's all about you returning. But the children of Israel shall sit solitary many days. This is what we're talking about. Without a king, without a prince, without sacrifice, without pillar, without ephod or teraphim. Then we return, Manage. Then we seek the Creator without the idolatry. We seek HaWah directly. Then as a righteous flock, as a righteous, gathering, as a righteous tribe, now we need a righteous shepherd. Ezekiel 37, one shepherd forever is David. But you don't get David without seeking HaWah first. Then we could say, we on Prester John 163, boss. Halal HaWah, and shall come trembling, humble to HaWah and his goodness. In the end of days have we reached these days. So that Malach came and got the ephod. We can't even do our proper feast days and have our priestly energy without all this being returned. But first, you need to return. After being without a Khan, we have to return before our ephod can return. So this Malach, right? This Malach descended, and he took the Kodesh ephod, the mercy seat, the 2 tables, the Kodesh raiment, the garments, man, the Kohanim, the Khans. The Kohanim are the Khan, the altar of incense, the 48 precious stones with which the Khan were clothed, and all the Kodesh vessels of the tabernacle. So we ain't gonna see this stuff until we return. And he said to the earth with a loud voice, earth, 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 hear the word of Almighty HaWah, and receive the things which I commit to you, and guard them until the last days, so that you may restore them when you are ordered, so that the strangers may not get possession of them. For the time has arrived when Jerusalem will also be delivered up for a time. So the hijack never got our priestly things. The hijack never got the ephods and the teraphim. They were taken up into the time that we return to the Creator. David, our one shepherd, is raised up again. Jeremiah 30 verse 9. Whom I will raise up unto you. Talking David. One shepherd, Ezekiel 37, and Hosea 3 says, seek HaWah and David your Khan. That's why we on Prester 163. Khan, we ready for the goodness in the end of days. Verse 9, chapter 6, we in 2nd Baruch. For the time has arrived when Jerusalem will also be delivered for a time until the moment that it will be said that it will be restored forever, man. I said forever. We ain't gonna go back into captivity. This is it, man. This is the 70th Great Jubilee, 2026. And the earth opened its mouth and swallowed them up. The earth took the good stuff, man. The earth got the ephah. The earth got the Kodesh ephah. And after these things I heard this Malak saying to the Malakim who held the torches, now destroy the walls and overthrow them to their foundations, so that the enemies do not boast and say, we have overthrown the wall of Zion, and we have burnt down the place of the Almighty HaWah, and they restored me to the place where I once stood. Now the Malakim did as he had commanded them, and when they had broken up the comers of the wall, a voice was heard from the midst of the great tabernacle after the wall had fallen, saying, enter enemies, and come adversaries, come one, come all, because he who guarded the house has left it. And I, Baruch, went away. And it happened after these things that the army of the Chaldeans entered and seized the house and all that is around it, and they carried away the people into captivity. This is Babylon, right? This is Babylon, right? This is Babylon, Khan. We're talking about Lady Hannah of Babylon, Khan. Anna, Moshe, Raja Haraja, Chola, Prester John. We talking Babylon, Khan. We talking David Soslan of Babylon, Khan. And they put King Zedekiah in irons and sent him to the king of Babylon. And I, Baruch, came with Jeremiah, whose heart was found to be pure from sins, and who was not captured during the seizure of the city. And we rent our garments and wept and mourned and fasted for 7 days. And it happened after 7 days that the word of HaWah came to me and said to me, tell Jeremiah to go away in order to support the captives unto Babylon. You, however, stay here in the desolation of Zion, and I shall show you after these days what will happen at the end of days. Here we go again. The end of days, right? Halal HaWah. And I spoke to Jeremiah as HaWah commanded me. He then went away with the people, but I, Baruch, came back and sat in front of the doors of the great tabernacle. And I raised the following lamentation over Zion and said, Baruch is he who was not born, or he who was born and died, but we the living, woe to us, because we have seen those afflictions of Zion. And that which has befallen Jerusalem. I shall call the sirens from the sea, and you, Lilin, come from the desert, and you, demons and dragons, from the woods. I don't think a dragon is a myth. Awake and gird up your loins to mourn and raise lamentations with me. He has the dragons to mourn with him. You farmers, sow not again, and you, O earth, why do you give the fruit of your harvest? Keep within you the sweetness of your sustenance. And you, the vine, why do you still give your wine? For an offering would not be given again from you in Zion, and the first fruits would not again be offered. And you, heaven, keep your dew within you, and do not open the treasures of rain. And you, sun, keep the light of your rays within you, and you, moon, extinguish the multitude of your light. For why should the light rise again, where the light of Zion is darkened? And you, bridegrooms, do not enter, and do not let the brides adorn themselves. And you, wives, do not pray to bear children, for the barren will rejoice more. And those who have no children will be glad, and those who have children will be sad. For why do they bear and pains only to bury in grief? Or why should men have children again? Or why should the generation of their kind be named again, where this mother is lonely and her children have been carried away in captivity? Henceforth, do not speak any more of beauty. Do not talk about comeliness. You, Kohanim, Khans, take the keys of the sanctuary and cast them to the highest level, and give them to HaWah, and say, guard your house yourself, because, behold, we have been found to be false stewards. And you virgins who spin fine linen, silk with gold of Ophir, make haste and take all things and cast them into the fire, so that it may carry them to him who made them. And the flame sends them to him who created them, so that the enemies do not take possession of them. Now this I, Baruch, say to you, O Babylon, if you have lived in happiness in Zion in its splendor, it would have been a great sorrow to us that you have been equal to Zion. But now, behold, the grief is infinite and the lamentation is immeasurable, because, behold, you are happy and Zion has been destroyed. Who will judge over these things, or to whom shall we complain about that which has befallen us? O HaWah, how have you borne it? Our fathers went to rest without grief, and behold, the righteous sleep at rest in the earth, for they did not know this anguish, nor did they hear that which has befallen us. Would that you had ears, O earth, and would that you had a heart, O dust, so that you might go and announce in the realm of death, and say to the dead, you are more happy than we who live. But I shall say, as I think, and I shall speak to you, O land, that which is happy. The afternoon will not always burn, nor will the rays of the sun always give light. Do not think and do not expect that you will always have happiness and joy, and do not raise yourself too much, and do not oppress. For surely wrath will arise against you in its own time, because long suffering is now held back, as it were, by rains. And having said these things, I fasted for 7 days. And after these things it happened that I, Baruch, was standing on Mount Zion, and behold, a voice came from the high heavens, saying to me, stand upon your feet, Baruch. Hear the word of the Almighty, HaWah, because you have been astonished at that which has befallen Zion. You will surely be preserved until the end of times, to be for a testimony. This means that if these happy cities will ever say, why has the Almighty HaWah brought upon us this retribution? You and those who are like you, those who have seen this evil and retribution coming over you and your nation in their own time, may say to them that the nations will be thoroughly punished, and that this they may expect. And when they say in that time when, you will say to them, you who have drunk the clarified wine, you now drink its dregs, for the judgment of HaWah, the Most High, is impartial. Anybody got something to do with it is being judged. Therefore he did not spare his own sons first, but he afflicted them as his enemies, because they sinned. HaWah put us on front display what happens when we out of code. And because he's doing this to his own children, that's why the nations are so shook. Because they're like, what is HaWah going to do to us? If this is the example he made of being out of code, he did this to his own sons first. But now they're calling you black. Now they're calling you bywords, right? Colored, African American. He did this to his own sons and daughters first. He afflicted them as his enemies, man. Because we were out of code. Therefore, they were once punished that they might be forgiven. But now you nations and tribes, you are guilty, because you have trodden the earth all this time, and because you have used creation unrighteously. For I have always benefited you, and you have always denied the benefits. Wow. Last one is this: and I answered and said, behold, you have shown me the course of times, that which will happen after these things. And you have told me that the retribution of that which has been spoken by you will come upon the nations. And now I know that there are many who have sinned and who have lived in happiness and who have left the world, but there will be few nations left in those times to which those words can be spoken which you said. For what is the advantage of this? Or what evil worse than that which we have seen befall us can we expect to see? But I will continue to speak before you. What have they profited who have knowledge before you, and who did not walk in vanity like the rest of the nations? And who did not say to the dead, give life to us, but always feared you and did not leave your ways? And behold, they have been diligent, and nevertheless you have no mercy on Zion on their account. And if there are others who did evil, Zion should have been forgiven on account of the works of those who did morally right works, and should not have been overwhelmed because of the works of those who acted unrighteously. Baruch's trying to reason with the Creator, man. O HaWah, sovereign master, who can understand your judgment, or who can explore the depth of your way, or who can discern the majesty of your path, or who can discern your incomprehensible counsel? Or who of those who are born has ever discovered the beginning and the end of your wisdom? Amah. For we all have been made like breath. Amah. For as breath ascends without human control and vanishes, so it is with the nature of men who do not go away according to their own will, and who do not know what will happen to them in the end. For the righteous justly have excellent hope for the end, and go away from this habitation without fear, because they possess with you a store of morally right works, which is preserved in treasuries. Therefore they leave this world without fear, and are confident of the world which you have promised to them, with an expectation full of joy. But woe to those of us who have also been treated shamefully, and who await evils at that time. But you know exactly what you have made of your servants, for we are not able to understand that which is excellent like you, HaWah, our Creator. I shall continue to speak before your presence. O HaWah, sovereign master, when in the beginning the world did not exist with its inhabitants, you devised and spoke by means of your word. And at the same time, the works of your creation stood before you, and you said that you would make a man for this world as a guardian over your works, that it should be known that he was not created for the world, but the world for him. You were not created for the world, my Naga, but the world was created for you. And now I see that the world which was made for us, behold, it remains, but we, for whom it was made, depart. Wow. This is a love story. Jeremiah. Let's get a piece, right? So, chapter 50, the word that HaWah spoke concerning Babylon, right? Concerning the land of the Chaldeans by Jeremiah the prophet. We write step in step with each other, with Baruch and Jeremiah. Declare you among the nations and announce, and set up a standard, announce and conceal not. Say Babylon is taken, Baal is put to shame, Merodach is dismayed, her images are put to shame, her idols are dismayed. For out of the north there comes up a nation against her, which shall make her land desolate, and none shall dwell therein. They are fled, they are gone, both man and beast, in those days. And in that time, says HaWah, the children of Israel shall come, they and the children of Judah together. They shall go on their way weeping, and shall seek HaWah their power. They shall inquire concerning Zion with their faces hitherward. Come you and join yourself to HaWah in an everlasting covenant that shall not be forgotten. My people have been lost sheep. We need a shepherd again, right? That's where David comes in. One shepherd forever, Ezekiel 37. Their shepherds have caused them to go astray. They have turned them away on the mountains. They have gone from mountain to hill. They have forgotten their resting place. All that found them have devoured them, and their adversaries said, we are not guilty. My grandparents didn't own slaves. We not guilty, boss. It's the first thing to say. We didn't own slaves. But have you drunk from the wine of the hijack, right? Have you benefited from our captivity? Huh? Is there such thing as white privilege? Boule privilege? Because they have sinned against HaWah, the habitation of justice. Yeah. Even HaWah, the hope of their fathers, flee out the midst of Babylon, and go forth out the land of the Chaldeans, and be as the he goats before the flocks. For lo, I will stir up and cause to come up against Babylon, and assemble of great nations, assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Look at what Trump is doing. Hijacking Venezuela, hijacking Nigeria, pissing everybody off. Really, he's either on purpose or, just based on the script, man. He is assembling a bunch of great nations, man. And they shall set themselves in array against her. From there she shall be taken. Their arrows shall be as the mighty man that makes childless. None shall return in vain, and Chaldea shall be a spoil, and that spoil her, all that spoil her shall be satisfied, says HaWah, because you are glad, because you rejoice. O you that plunder my heritage, because you gamble as a heifer at grass, and neigh as strong horses, your mother shall be sore ashamed. She that bore you shall be confounded, because the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert. Because of the wrath of HaWah, it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Every one that goeth by Babylon shall be appalled and hiss at all her plagues. Set yourselves in array against Babylon round about, all ye that bend the bow. Shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she has sinned against HaWah. Shout against her round about. She has submitted herself, her buttresses are fallen, her walls are thrown down, for it is the vengeance of HaWah. Take vengeance upon her, as she has done. Do unto her. Cut off the sower from Babylon. And him that handles the sickle in the time of harvest, for fear of the oppressing sword. They shall turn everyone to his people, and they shall flee everyone to his own land. Israel is a scattered sheep. The lions have driven him away. First the king of Assyria has devoured him. At last this Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, has broken his bones. We're talking Babylon, right? Broken his bones. Therefore thus says HaWah of hosts, the God of Israel, the power of Israel. Behold, I will punish the king of Babylon and his land, as I have punished the king of Assyria. I will bring Israel back to his pasture, and he shall feed on Carmel and Bashan, and his soul shall be satisfied upon the hills of Ephraim and in Gilead, in those days and in that time, says HaWah, the iniquity of Israel shall be sought for, and there shall be none. No more idols, no more idolatry, and the sins of Judah, and they shall not be found. No more sin. We got code keepers, for I will pardon them whom I leave as a remnant. The remnant continues. You are not washed out. You did not disappear. You are not mixed out. HaWah has left a remnant. Go up against the land of Merathaim, even against it, against the inhabitants of Pekod, waste and utterly destroy after them, says HaWah, and do according to all that I've commanded you. Hark, battle is in the land. Y'all ready? Battle up, man. We in battle time. A great destruction. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How has Babylon become a desolation among the nations? I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon. You are taken, and thou was not aware. You are found and also caught, because thou hast striven against HaWah. HaWah has opened his armory and has brought forth the weapons of his indignation, for it is a work that HaWah of hosts hath to do in the land of the Chaldeans. Come against her from every corner, open her granaries, cast her up as heaps, and destroy her utterly. Let nothing of her be left. Babylon. Slay all her bullocks, let them go down to the slaughter. Woe unto them, for their day is come, the day of their visitation. Hark, they flee and escape out the land of Babylon. To declare in Zion the vengeance of HaWah, our power, the vengeance of his temple. Call together the archers against Babylon, all them that bend the bow, and camp against her round about. Let none thereof escape. So this is continuing that Baruch flow. What's going to happen to Babylon, right? Recompense her according to her work, according to all that she has done. Do unto her, for she has been arrogant against HaWah, against the Holy One of Hasharah. Therefore shall her young men fall in her broad places, and all her men of war shall be brought to silence in that day, says HaWah, because I am against you, O you most arrogant, says HaWah of hosts, for your day is come, the time that I will punish you. Yeah, because you see me punish my sons and daughters. Yeah, it's your turn, right? It's judgment day, right? And the most arrogant shall stumble and fall, and none shall raise him up. And I will kindle a fire in his cities, and it shall devour all that are round about. Thus says HaWah, the children of Israel and the children of Judah are pressed together, and all that took them captives hold them fast. They refuse to let them go. Their Redeemer is strong. HaWah is his name. He will thoroughly plead their cause, that he may give rest to the earth and disquiet the inhabitants of Babylon. A sword is upon the Chaldeans, says HaWah, and upon the inhabitants of Babylon, and upon her princes, and upon her wise men. A sword is upon the boasters, and they shall become fools. A sword is upon her mighty men, and they shall be dismayed. A sword is upon her houses, her horses, and upon their chariots, and upon all that mingled people, the mingled people that are in the midst of her, and they shall become as women. A sword is upon her treasures, and they shall be robbed. A drought is upon her waters, and they shall be dried up, for it is a land of graven images. JC on the cross, Mary, Sarah, all their images, and they are mad upon things of horror. Therefore the wild cats with the jackals shall dwell there, and the ostriches shall dwell therein, and it shall be no more inhabited forever, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation, as when HaWah overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah, and the neighbor cities thereof, says HaWah. So shall no man abide there, neither shall any son of man dwell therein. Behold, a people come from the north, and a great nation, and many kings shall be roused from the uttermost parts of the earth. They lay hold of bow and spear. They are cruel and have no compassion. Their voice is like the roaring sea, and they ride upon horses set in array as a man for war against you, O daughter of Babylon. The king of Babylon has heard the fame of them, and his hands wax feeble. Anguish has taken hold of him, and pain as a woman in travail. Behold, he shall come up like a lion from the thickets of the Jordan against a strong habitation, for I will suddenly make them run away from it, and whoso is chosen, him will I appoint over it. For who is like me, and who will appoint me a time? And who is that shepherd that will stand before me? Therefore, hear you the counsel of HaWah, that he has taken against Babylon, and his purposes, and that he has purposed against the land of the Chaldeans to hijack. Surely the least of the flock shall drag them away. Because you're going to be as David, Zechariah 12, right? You're going to be every week, Naga going to be as David, strong as David. So surely the least of the flock shall drag them away. Surely their habitation shall be appalled at them, at the noise of the taking of Babylon, the earthquake, and the cries heard among the nations. This is all this same time period, and it's recent. It is 12th century, it is 13th century, and they just found us in the 1400s. We're talking Jeremiah, right? Medieval Empire of the Israelites. Remember the $1,000 book by Robert Grisham? According to the legend, the rulers of Afghanistan are the descendants of the ancient Israelites from the tribe of Benjamin. It is extremely revealing that this assertion was expressed only in the 17th century, that is, after the breakup of the empire and the birth of Islam. Whoa. The adherents of this version maintain that King Saul had a son, Jeremiah. So this Jeremiah is a Benjamite, as the son of King Saul, which means he's the brother of Jonathan, who was like the best friend of King David, right? Who also had a son named Afghanah. So Afghanistan is named after Afghanah, who is Jeremiah's son. Afghanah is the grandson of King Saul. Afghanistan is named after the grandson of King Saul. Jeremiah died approximately at the same time as his father Saul. Afghanah secured a high position in the rule of King David. Of course, because David and Jonathan were best friends, blood brothers, in terms of the war, brothers in war, man. So David, of course, took in Jeremiah, and of course took in his son Afghanah, and Afghanah secured a high position in the rule of King David and remained at the royal court during the rule of Solomon. 400 years later, during the troubles in Israel, the Afghanah family resettled in the province of Gur, now the center of Afghanistan. They stayed here to live and went into trade. With the arrival of Islam on these lands, 7 representatives of the Jews or Israelites who lived in Gur, headed by their leader Kish, who was Saul's dad. Saul's pops is Kish, appealed to the prophet Muhammad. So King Saul's dad, appealed to the prophet Muhammad. The prophet rewarded them, and the Jewish name Kish was changed by Muhammad to the name Arab al-Rashid. So when you look up these al-Rashids, they are Benjamites, but they're converts to Islam. Straight up. Afterwards, Arab al-Rashid received instructions to spread Islam among his people, to hijack the people of Israel with Muhammad in them, to hijack us with Allah in them, right? But he was given that mission by Muhammad to come hijack us and spread their Islam amongst Israelites, amongst the tribe of Benjamin. Yeah. So that means Baruch would have been close as well with King David. Now you see how it all connects. And it all connects back to King Charles too. Because, you know, he's coming from the same bloodlines of those haters. Psalms 83, Confederacy that lifted up their haughty eyes against the children of Israel to make sure our name is no longer in remembrance, no more, right? No more are we looking for HaWah and David. Now they want us to look for Muhammad and them, Jesus and them, right? Got it. No more do we know about the treasured ones, right? Because these haughty haters have lifted up their eyes. They that hate HaWah, hate us, have lifted up their heads. They have shut the light out of our eyes, stolen our dragon. Conscientio, coming together of opposites. They have put our opposites on us in the sky, spraying our skies. They hold crafty converse against your people. They take counsel against your treasured ones and say, come, let us cut them off for being a nation, that the name of Israel be no more in remembrance. They have consulted together with one consent. Against you do they make a covenant, man. I'm talking Edomites, Ishmaelites, Moabites. So what happens? The Ishmaelites start to migrate. Right here in Kentucky and Illinois and Indiana, set up their holy mount of harmonics. Morocco and them, the Moorish Science Temple at Pembroke and them. They set up Muhammad. They set up all this over the Battle of Tippecanoe, where they took out the Hebrews, Tecumseh and them, Dragon Canoe and them. The tribe of Ishmael, oh, they were such great musicians. I wonder what harmonics they were hijacking our earth with. Yeah, I'm talking about the tribe of Ishmael, man. Migrating at the same time as this Treaty of Peace and Friendship, Moorish Treaty, which is their declaration, like the Doomed Diverses. They made a treaty with the hijack against us. And this is what they did around Chicago. Why all my niggas got issues in Chicago? Why they bring all this stuff right there? Muhammad is right there in Chicago, right? A lot of Muslims in Chicago, because they set up shop right there. They put that harmonic on our people. King Saul is a Benjamite. He converted his people to Islam. You think it's play? We're just talking about the connections, man. And what an amazing connection this is, because not everybody converted. Some people fake converted. They call them convertos or conversos. This one, this is a great document by, I'll just leave the link, Martinez. We'll get it. Easily prohibited. It's the New World families in Nueva España, Mexico. Expressly prohibiting from expressly prohibited from entering the Americas. Elite conversos quickly utilize their royal administrative access, ecclesiastical connections, and military expertise to participate in the Spanish conquest and settlement of the Americas, although Emperor Carlos Charles V, 1522 decree stated not one new convert to our Catholic faith, no more, no Jew, nor their children are allowed to pass into the Indies. Charles V banned, so many Nagas were fake converting that Charles V banned all new converts from even coming to America, to the Indies, because he knew that most of these were still Jews or Judah or Hebrews that fake converted. So he said, anybody that just converted recently, y'all can't come to America. Y'all can't go over there because we want to get, we don't want no more Israelites being in America. I know y'all fake converted to our JC, but we know y'all really are rocking with your code, your commandments. So they said the HaWah family rapidly spread throughout Caribbean, Mexico, because this is a family that fake converted, they said. This is an incredible article, and I'll make sure I leave this drop. Man, because I want to read more. Told you I'm trying to keep these around the 2-hour mark. I got so much more to drop. We're going to get into the next 164. So I'm going to do 163, 164 like back to back, and then those two will all be on your conglomerate pack. 164 Prester Johns on one flash drive. If you want to know how to get it, email me 432thedrop@gmail.com. And if you already put it in, I got all your names, I got the list, and I got everything, and everybody will get everything. And that's a promise from me to you and to Water for your support and your patience, allowing me to build something that is going to be, a treasure chest, man, a treasure trove, something that we can share with our families without the internet. Plug the flash drives in and you got all the drop, and it's taken a while, but we had to get to 164. Apparently 164 for HaWah's timing, and all praise HaWah for this great investigation, man. So yeah, Charles V said no more new converts. No Moors, no Jews, no Hebrews, nor their children are allowed to pass into the Indies. Manaka, America is India superior. He said no more in America. This is where they found Prester John, right here, Four Corners, Cathay, Manaka. Halal HaWah. I mean, these are maps in the British Museum. British Museum, circa 1530. So I'm glad we got the much clearer one. God. India Superior, Mexico, Cathay, all this is America. He said no more Nagas going to the Indies, man. Definitely not India Superior. This is the land, man, of the Prester John, of the Atahualpa, Atahabaliba. And Atahabaliba is one of the cons that Charles is hijacking on this mural in this painting in the Lima Museum. Atahualpa. Inca cons. The Inca cons found in Asia Major. Because there ain't no North America on these maps. This is Asia. This is India Superior. This is the land of the Prester. This is Cathay. On the maps. This is Kapangu. The way to America shown by Henry VII, 1500s, man. The way to China. Because China is America, the great Khan of China, Cathay, land unknown. Ptolemy's India, all this. Japan is over here. This is Florida. Japan is right here, the real one. Then they took it off the map. But you already home. This is why Charlesy boy don't want no more Hebrews over here. He don't want to find out. He don't want us to know that everything they're venerating comes from right here in America. Sarah Callie, Miriam, Anna, Hannah, all coming from right here. Halal HaWah, Miriam and Joshua popping off, man. Halal HaWah. We did it again. Halal HaWah for taking us to 163 and soon to be 164. Prester John's 10 years of recon. Happy Con Day to my Aqua Netzia. This is for you and for all my Aquas. You shining, and for all my Akis, keep shining, man. Halal HaWah, the breath, the strong power, the added security. We hooked in again. We centered again. We back, man. I said we back, man. This is really cool. I'll leave this link. It has a lot of definitions. You know what I mean? Connecting a lot of these names, man. And we go to like the Anna flow. Anna, Hannah. We'll take our time next time with this, but Anna, Anaya, all this is HaWah has covered. Anna, HaWah has answered. Anaya, Anaja, the name of the two Israelites. Ananiah, Anaya. To eye, to heed, to pay attention, right? It's the same as seeing clearly. To be obedient. Ananiah, same thing. HaWah has covered. Anon, Anion, HaWah has covered. So this is what it means. And this one says from the enchanter, observe, again, to see clearly. Anon, the cloud, right? The dragon covering the sky. Look up the definition of cloud. It's just anything, any transient, anything covering the sky is a cloud. So we're talking dragons and everything. Magic, yeah, okay. And Anna is also Hannah, Hannah. Again, remember it means grace, right? HaWah has been gracious. HaWah has favored. Andrew, manly, that's it. Manly. Anna means grace, right? And Anas is Hannah. Remember, Hannah's son is also Hannah. It's pretty amazing. You see it all come together. HaWah has favored. It's also Canaan. I said, choose your Canaan, because Hanan is also Canaan. So when they say Canaanites, sometimes they're referring to Ananites or Hananites or Ania, Israelites. We ain't talking their Canaan. We're talking Canaan. We're talking Canaan. So it's really dope, man, to really dig through all this. And take your time with it and enjoy my gift to you, because this is fun. I could spend hours doing this, man. Yeah. Hannah, Hanan, merciful, Kana. Yeah, okay. All the same, grace, favor. Hanani is Kana, gracious. So you see Hanan with a different light. Hannah, Kana, same thing. To favor. So all these Hannahs and Annas, man, just means you're favored. Hanan means you are favored, and our queens is Anna. Is about being favored. And these icons, you know, we know, is their depiction of us. Hanok sounds like Enoch, man. Hanu. Ooh. So much drop, man. So much drop. So next time we'll pick it up right here, man. I want to dig on, this Banu Katan, right? Get back in the car, Katai, the Al Arib, right? Rashid, The original Arabs are the Rus. That's why they say an Arab tribe, but we know we got Arab proper and Arab improper. We got real Arabs and hijack Arabs, right? The real Khatans. Sons of Eber. Ka. You got the Arab propers, and then you got the hijack, non-Arab stock, the Ishmaelites. The Ishmaelites that are migrating are non-propers. They are not a real Arab stock. To be an Arab is to be a rabbi or lawgiver, to give the law. Whose law are you giving? If it's not the Creator's law, you are not original. You are adopting our rabbi law-giving customs and intermarrying with genuine Hebrew princesses, Israelites, to steal the land, to steal the titles. You steal our women and then intermarry with genuine law-giving, code-keeping sisters, man. This is for the aquas, man. This is to separate the difference between the propers and these pretenders, man. Pretending to be us. Pretending to be us. Israel. Pretending to be us. Straight up. So yeah, we're gonna talk some of this Khatan. You know, this Khatan, as they'll have it now, you know, is something in the Middle East, but we're gonna bring it right back home, just like we did Afghanistan connects to the Benjamites. We're talking the Ishmaelites who've been migrating onto Kumsey's head with the more and more war. It's just so much fun we're going to have with this. We're going to talk a little Mount Roraima, man. Get right back to the Orinoco flow, Orinoco River. Yeah, you know, I'm ready, man. I'm already ready for once. We already ready for 164. We're going to talk Mount Roraima, Venezuela. Trump's over there messing with Venezuela for what? Man, it's some real history in Venezuela, man. The tree of life, man. The source of the Orinoco, the source of the Amazon. Yeah. We're going to talk some Arawak language flow. Connect it all, man. We did it again, man. That's all I can say. Even though they laid the book open and it crushed our images, we got it back. And we brought it back for a stack. And never again, you know, do we got to worry about losing who we are, man, because now the code is in our heart bone and the image is us. We are the image. And HaWah answered and said to me, you are rightly astonished about man's departure, but your judgment about the evils which befall those whose sin is incorrect. And with regard to what you say about the righteous who are taken away and the wicked ones who are happy, and with regard to what you say that man does not know your judgment, for this reason now listen, and I shall speak to you. Pay attention, and I shall let my words be heard. It is true that man would not have understood my judgment if he had not received the Torah, and if he were not instructed with understanding, but now because he trespassed, having understanding, he will be punished because he has understanding. And with regard to the righteous ones, those whom you said the world has come on their account, yes, also that which is coming is on their account. For this world is to them a struggle and an effort with much trouble, and that accordingly which will come, a crown with great splendor. And I answered and said, O HaWah, sovereign master, behold, the present years are few and evil, and who can inherit that which is immeasurable in this short time? And HaWah answered and said to me, with the Most High, no account is taken of much time and of a few years. For what did it profit Adam that he lived 930 years and transgressed that which he was commanded? Therefore the multitude of time that he lived did not profit him, but it brought death and cut off the years of those who were born from him. Or what did it harm Moses that he lived only 120 years, and because he subjected himself to him who created him, he brought the Torah to the descendants of Jacob, and he lighted a lamp to the generation of Israel. And I answered and said, he who lighted took from the light, and there are few who imitated him. But many whom he illuminated took from the darkness of Adam, and did not rejoice in the light of the lamp. And he answered and said to me, therefore he appointed a covenant for them at that time, and said, behold, I appoint for you life and death. And he called heaven and earth as a witness against them, for he knew that his time was short, but that heaven and earth would stay forever. They, however, sinned and trespassed after his death, although they knew that they had the Torah to reprove them, in that light in which nothing could err apart from the spheres which witness, or spheres, and me, and I judge everything that exists. You, however, should not think about this in your heart, and you should not be afflicted because of the things which have been, for now the end of times is at stake, whether it be property, happiness, or shame, and not its beginning. For when a man is happy in his youth and is treated badly in old age, he forgets all happiness he possessed. And further, when a man is badly treated in his youth, but will be happy in the end, he does not remember his unhappiness anymore. And further, listen, even if everyone had been happy continually since the day death was decreed against those who trespass, but was destroyed in the end, everything would have been in vain. Halal HaWah. Therefore, behold, the days will come, and the times will hasten more than the former. Don't it feel like time is hastening? Don't it feel like times are speeding up more than the past? I used to say a whole day felt so long when I was growing up. We were skateboarding, went to the movies, we went bowling, it was still daytime. The days will come, and the time will hasten more than the former, and the periods will hasten more than those which are gone, and the years will pass more quickly than the present ones. Therefore I took away Zion to visit the world in its own time more speedily. I took away Zion to visit the world in its own time more speedily. Now, however, remember everything which I commanded you, and seal it in the interior of your mind, and then I shall show you my strong judgment and my unexplorable ways. Therefore go away and sanctify yourself for 7 days, and do not eat bread, and do not drink water, and do not speak to anybody. And after this time come to this place, and I shall reveal myself to you. You gotta fast, no food, no water, 7 days to see HaWah. Wow. And I shall speak to you true things, and I shall command you with regard to the course of times, for they will come and will not tarry. Say it with me, cuz. Halal HaWah. This has been your 163rd installment of the Prester John investigation. Keep the water flowing, my niggas. Keep the fire burning, cuz. And keep the code forever, ever, forever, ever. The water my niggas for taking this moment in time to remember HaWah. And to surf the wave with me 9 above the barrier once again, man. Cause we did it again. We did it again, my nigga. We did it again.